What's up, guys? Welcome back. Down here in Florida, it's the day after Christmas, December 26th, and we are going to be working on the Honda Rebel 250. God. So we just painted everything white in the last video. You kind of saw a little bit of that. I still have the bike. It's still fully intact. It runs, drives, does everything it needs to. Today is going to be the day where I'm going to tear it apart. Go ahead and try and get this thing done. Not done fully, but at least started. No real plan here. Don't really know how I'm going to do that. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but we're going to figure it out as we go. So this bike is ready. It's good to go. I just got to pull all the bits and pieces off and start getting it ready to go. The white looks absolutely amazing. And on camera, it looks even better. You don't really notice as much as the dings and scratches and junk that you normally would, which is really, really, really nice. I was worried about that, is the dings and scratches would come through. They didn't. So the fenders that are on here, they're okay. I mean, you can't really see much of it, but there is dings all over this bike. This fuel tank is absolutely junked out. I mean, there is just all kinds of dents and falls that it took. But we are going to try and get this thing done, or at least started. So yeah, I mean, here's the frame. Let's take a look at it, see how that dries. I don't have a shop, or I don't have anything fancy, so hopefully nothing landed in it. I know it probably did, but look at that beauty. That thing came out nice. Look at that white. So like I said, we're gonna pull everything off of this frame. What I might do is I might actually switch it up and go ahead and paint the second frame I have. Paint that one out. I like this frame. I just feel like there's a lot going on onto this, and it'll be a lot easier to switch everything from there, from the real bike to this frame versus putting it all on this. This is a good roller, but I think this one's gonna work a lot better. Let's pull this out, set it down on the tube and see what's up. All right, so we got the second frame out. It looks good. I am definitely gonna wanna use this frame versus that frame. I like that frame. That frame works good. There's a couple little cracks. There's a lot of stuff on it that doesn't really line up with what I'm gonna do with it. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna paint this frame up. Just as a starting point, I think this one's gonna be a lot easier to work with. There's nothing on it. I mean, this one, when I bought it, it actually came with the roller that you see. This frame came with it, 400 bucks, picked up a lot of parts for it. I got a whole bin full of parts for this thing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna start painting this thing, and we're gonna wipe it down first, get all the sand out, of course, or at least as much as we can. I'm not a real big, I get a little excited sometimes, so I'll just start spraying things and making it look white, and kind of figure it out as we go. I know it's gonna bite me later, but you know what? Why not? Let's have some fun. But I do have to tape up this, or pull it off. I think I'm just gonna tape it up. Make sure that that can be read. But yeah, so we're gonna get this started. Go ahead, get working on this, paint this thing up, get it ready to go, and then hopefully it dries in a little bit and we can start disassembly on the other bike. All right, so the frame, I got it taped right over this. This is the VIN number for it, so I got that all taped up. We are about to hit it with some Rust-Oleum, paint it up, make it look nice, and cut to the time lapse. All right, guys, we just finished painting up the secondary frame. Got it all white. This thing is far from perfect. I'm not going for perfection on this. just want to get something cool, just put it on the street for cheap, make it look all right. If I was going, you know, full show build and had all the money in the world to spend, you know, you go get a powder coater, make it look real good. This one is just a cheaper bike. I mean, you can get these for anywhere from 200 to 1,500 bucks, and I mean, they're just little bikes. So you can see there's a couple like little drips and things that aren't really well painted. Kind of ran out of paint. I ended up getting the bottom side of this one covered and did some touch up on the fender. But what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna walk away from that bike, or at least grab that frame. We're gonna start focusing on this bike. We're gonna go ahead and get this one taken down. We're gonna take off pretty much as we can and start painting what little parts we're gonna use from this bike. We're gonna paint them and put them onto this one. We're gonna let this frame dry for a couple days, probably hit it tomorrow with a second coat, maybe even a third if it needs it. Hopefully not, but we'll see. But yeah, this thing is turning out great. Absolutely loving this thing. I mean, just look at that white. How often do you see an all white bike coming down the street? And hopefully, I'm hoping with that Hemi orange color on this motor, it is going to look fresh. It's going to be mint. I'm loving where this is going. So let's go ahead and let's start the teardown of this bike. All right, guys, we're back. It's been a few days. Kind of lost touch with keeping it in time, but we're editing it right now, and I realized that when I recorded the final little shot for you, the closing statements, I guess you would call it, I recorded them the wrong way. Rookie mistake, right? But this is kind of where we sit now. Did a lot of stuff off camera to get this thing up and nice and at least to the point where I can ride it or get it closer to a finished product. Yeah, got the handlebars on, got everything, all the wiring and stuff is all on there, and we're getting closer and closer. Got everything painted up. But yeah, having an absolute blast, having a good time with this thing. I mean, it's gonna be a little ripper. So far, so good, but just figured I'd give you an update. You know, got that fresh cut fill today. Love it, look at that. Oh, love it. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this thing up. We'll see you guys in the next episode, where we're gonna really put some work into this thing and really get this thing hopefully moving in the right direction. We'll find out. See you guys next time.